Hello and welcome to the channel. Got a VOX AC30 top boost reverb on this one, which is you don't normally have reverb on VOX AC30s, but this one has. It's in for a quote for a full restoration, this one, so I'm just going to look it over, and I thought while I'm doing that we'll have a look at it on the channel. It weighs more than I do. It's a really heavy amplifier. So we're looking over at the top now because I've got it stood on the 4x12 and I'm not lifting it down. You can see we've got the 3 channels as normal as you have on most VOXs, except if we look over there you should be able to see reverb there on the, and that's on the vibrato channel, that reverb, by the looks of it. More grills than Burger King. But yes, it's it looks a nice old thing, this. I am now going to spin it round and we can have a look at the back. So here we are looking at the back, and we can see we've got the old VOX logo on the back there, the little plate, and you can see, so serial number is 1132. You can see it's a VOX AC30 TB reverb, this one. Now if we look in the back, we've got these VOX speakers with the dome on the back there. They are not the original speakers. This amp had greenbacks in. These amps were made between 1971 and 73, according to the information that I've looked at. And you can see, if we look inside, there's a very strange blue box there, which we really don't know what that's doing. So this amp has had a few things done to it, but I really don't know what that is at the minute. We've got some wires coming from that blue box going up here somewhere, and if I put my fingers up, and this amp hasn't been plugged in a long time, or I certainly won't be doing this because you never know what you're going to put your fingers on. And there seems to be an array of mess going up there. That goes through the wooden, this has got a wooden base plate on these. Sorry, I'm moving the camera around, just trying to feel around there. And then it goes up into the chassis thing. We'll have to get this back plate off to have a look, see what's going on at the back of there. There's another, I don't quite know what's happened to that. We can see that's been taped up there. And there's also oh dear, that looks like something off an electric blanket. So there's a few things on here. There's also a jack socket being added there. You can see we hone in. So not the original speakers, but these are VOX speakers from the 60s, from a 60s AC30. These grey backs, I suppose you call them. Not sure what you call those. Yeah, so I think we need to get, I think this is a PC board extravaganza, this one, but we need to get the back off them to be sure. Also, if we look, we're looking close there. Where are we? There, look, you can see there's a hole there, there's a hole there, and then there's 2 more holes there and there. So I don't know for sure whether either something's been fastened on the back, on the inner or outer of that board. Not really sure on that one. Let's get this backboard off and we can have a nosy at the PC board and see what some of these wires are doing. I'll also get the torch, and that blue box has a label on, so we'll shine the old torch in and see if we can see what's written on it. Right, we're looking in on that blue box and it looks like some kind of cover that's been made, and on the writing, I don't suppose you can see that, but it says self-vulcanizing pack. Not quite sure what that is. Is that decent enough to be on YouTube? I do hope so. And it's covering over a PC board inside here. Let's see if we can have a look what is going on. It's been taped down, and it's been taped down with some duct tape, gaffer tape. I'm trying to see if I can move it. Dear oh dear, what is that? Is that can't be original, surely. That really can't be original, can it? As you can see in there, I really don't know what that's about. The components look old enough to be original. The soldering doesn't look very smart. I don't quite know what that is. We shall have to investigate that further. But I think it'll have to be removed unless it is part of the amplifier. There was a cover on it, and maybe someone's made that because the original one got lost. Just look on the back here. This tape's been on a long time, that's for sure. It has a long time. Someone's actually cut this to fit. Most odd. Oh, there's a transistor there I can see. So is that some, I don't know what that is. That's some kind of preamp board. See where the wires are going. They're going up here into this dreaded electrical tape fiasco, which is then going up onto here. And if we look at the board, by the way, while we're revving here, we can see this is indeed a PC board extravaganza, not dissimilar to the last one we looked at, the Birch Stolec one. And I don't know whether this is Birch Stolec era, this one, or not. And you can see even the jack sockets look on this PC board there if we're looking. So yes, I don't know where they're going. One of them is going to those traces there. But if that was done, it was done a long time ago. Looking there, you can see we've got burnt offerings. So someone's been hefty with the soldering iron. And then if we look here on this part of the board, you can see these traces have been remade here, so it looks like there's been either the traces have broken down there. There's been a resistor added there, and it looks extremely burnt. That does. See if we can just zoom in on that. Look in there, you can see him. He looks a bit sizzled, doesn't he? That one. No idea of value. That's been added, I'm guessing. It also goes to that speaker there, which could, does it go? Well, no, it goes into that box. Yeah, so that box is connected there, and that looks like ground to me. To glance, oh, is it that track to that volume on there? So the plot thickens to the cut on the. So is that the top cut box then for the amp? And someone's lost the cover and made another cover for it. Quite possibly. So that top cut's been added. That's right. They do they used to add these top cuts, didn't they, years ago, I think, if I remember. Somebody tell me in the comments. I forget all these things. I've probably known at one time. But that looks like something to do with the top cut to me, because we've got that resistor there, which is burnt. But if you look at that trace there, that goes up to the cut on the top there. So I'm guessing that is to do with the top cut then. But it looks like the cover's been lost, and someone's made a cover for it, which is a good idea if the cover's been lost. And there's nothing wrong with that cover, it just looks a bit strange there, but it's doing the job. What else have we got? Trim pot there, that could be bias, but that is only speculation. We try not to speculate when we're looking at these things. What else? So yeah, we've got. But if that is from there, then I can't understand what all this is, because these are obviously later, which makes me wonder if that is original. Was this on the amp when it was new, or has it been added? I don't know. But anyway, looking at that, there's a PCB 70-1. The volt selector there is set correct. Let's have a look at those speakers, close look on those JMI speakers. So obviously earlier than this amplifier, JMI. These have been wired poorly really, they should have been twisted. AC should have been twisted like the original ones going. Oh no, that's a jack socket there, so that jack socket there, those have been twisted. This, where's, oh, that's going up to the speakers, that's right. So a lot to tidy up there and sort out. It's a bit messy at the back there. We don't know how many. I'm just looking to see if there's any other things that's been added. It's just that resistor really there that's been added on that board. I think there is a cap there, 50-50 whether that's original or not. That I think is original, but I think it's just got burnt when somebody's been working on it. Right, we've got this VOX plugged in and you can hear it's quite noisy. So there's some caps humming, I think, in this. Yes, if you listen, you can just hear that humming. The caps are a bit underrated on these. They're only 16 microfarads and really they need to be about 47. So you'll get a bit background hum, but these caps will be tired. This amp's 50 years old. Now if I turn up the normal volume, I get some oscillation going on there, so that's oscillating. Reverb doesn't work. I don't know whether the trem works. Where's the foot switch? Now that's interesting because this amp only has a single foot switch. And I always thought, from what I'd read up, these had a dual foot switch, one for the reverb. So the trem's not working either. Let's get the guitar through it and have a bit of a listen. Right, let's have a listen. So we've got the, we're in the vibrato channel. The first thing you notice about this channel, it's incredibly muddy. So this cut that all sounds like it's desperate for a recap. So let's just switch that vibrato off. Any other foot switches in the back? No. So you can hear that's all broken up. That just sounds awful, that channel. We've got the depth for the reverb, and the reverb does nothing, so the reverb's broken, which we don't know whether that's the tank or the wire into the tank or whatever. Let's go into the normal channel. if you remember, when the guitar's not plugged in, that channel oscillates, and when you turn it up full now, it's just, I wonder if that's the pot, you know, that's broken. So that's not great. Let's go into the other channel. Bass doesn't really work either on it. So the bass control doesn't work. The cut works, and that seems to work on all the channels. The trem works, but it doesn't sound very sparkly, and the reverb's nil pois, and there's a problem on the normal channel. It's incredibly noisy, this amp. Even, I mean, that's the guitar that's doing that, but if I take the jack socket out now, so this amp needs a full recap. It possibly needs a volume pot in there, not sure on that, but maybe. The reverb's got problems, it could need a new tank. We've got all that wiring to sort out on the back there with that box. We need to investigate that box that's on top of the actual reverb unit. There's a PC board in there. We need to investigate that further. This is a Birch Stolec era one, by the way, and those speakers in the back are called silverbacks, but they are not the original speakers to this amp. Those speakers were changed apparently from the history that I've got, although these amps did have those speakers in the back, but the very early ones had greenbacks in them. So that's the information that I've got. So there we are, really. That's a bit of a look. It runs, it's very sick, but given its age and it's not had any, you know, any work done on it for such a long time, there's no surprise really. We can't get to see the, I mean, I'm assessing this really. I'm not going to take the old chassis out and strip it down. So we're going to put an assessment, a quote in for this, for assessing it and the work that one's doing, and if that quote's accepted, then there'll be a part 2 on this one. But I think we'll leave it at that. I'm going to post some links to a website called the VOX showroom, and I'll post a link so you can have a read up about these Birch Stolecs. Probably should have done that on the last one. So that'll do it. So thanks for watching, and you all take care, and I'll see you all in another video. Bye bye for now.